on to the veteran voice of the cage, Dean Stone.
And now, Laughlin, Nevada, it's time for our first bout of the evening. Are you ready? Introducing Matt Rosado.
Matt Rosado makes his way to the cage here tonight, fighting out of the blue corner, and he just cannot wait. He is just ready to fight, and these are the kind of fighters we like to see. Your commentators tonight, I'm Steve Inman, joined along with Mike, the Joker Guyman. How are you tonight?
I am doing wonderful.
Well, tonight, so many matchups in the amateur division. We've talked about this many times before. These guys have a huge stage to be able to perform, and to be on national television is a huge advantage for these guys.
Yeah, this blows me away. As an amateur, being able to fight on national TV, getting your feet wet like that, it's just amazing. I never thought I'd see this. You only think you'd see this in a professional level, and to see this on the amateur level is just amazing.
Yeah, you talk about the experience of these guys being on TV. Did that add a little pressure to you when you would be on live television?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
The more attention there is on a fight, the more eyes, the more media, the more pressure on you. Any fighter that says anything other than that, they're lying to themselves. And they're lying to you, and they're lying to me.
Yeah. Because I'll tell you what, when we do live events and all that, I'm nervous. I'm like the whole morning, I'm like pacing around. You think that I was fighting. But we all know how that would happen if I got in the cage.
Here is Ryan Scheuring.
Ryan Scheuring, sporting the gi here tonight.
Bed Bath & Beyond.
Bed Bath & Beyond. And I'll tell you what, I know that Ryan is a brawler, and to have that ground game is absolutely amazing. But when his striking is just amazing. When the impact and the pain that you feel for his opponents when he hits him, it's amazing. And John De La O in his corner, awesome fighter and veteran here at King of the Cage as well.
And this is one of those matchups again that we talked about is the height advantage and distance that he's got to deal with in this fight. It's really gonna be cool to see how it plays out.
Sure. And if he's gonna stand and bang, or if he's like, I'm gonna just take this to the ground. But Ryan is very calm right now, and De La O is he's an awesome coach. I mean, when you take a listen to him in the corner, the things he says, just very comforting to his fighters.
Well, the thing is, he's fought for so many years at such a high level, and he's been a teacher for so many years, teaching so many fighters. He's used to it. He knows what the fighter's thinking before they think it. So he's able to relay it to them and get them back on page, get them focused, and that's why his fighters do so well.
And the one thing about John De La O is, you know, when he was fighting at one time, he was a lot older than Sean Bias, and he took Sean Bias out. I mean, he really taught the young kid, like, man, age is just a number.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Edgewater Casino Resort, Laughlin, King of the Cage, and Lucas Oil present this 3-round bout in the flyweight division. Your referee in charge of the action, Sensei Cecil Peoples. Introducing first, in our Lucas Oil blue corner, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, official weight 133.6 pounds. He represents Icon MMA and 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. Ladies and gentlemen, from Riverside, California, presenting Matt Rosado. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of our Lucas Oil red corner, stands at 5 feet 6 inches tall. Official weight 134.4 pounds. He represents De La O Jiu-Jitsu. Ladies and gentlemen, from Garden Grove, California, presenting Ryan Scheuring. Once again, your referee in charge, Sensei Cecil Peoples, for the final instructions. 3 rounds of flyweight action schedule.
All right, gentlemen, we're going on rules. On a good team, fair fight. Protect yourself at all time. Follow the rules at all time. You want to touch gloves? Do it now. Thank you.
Cecil Peoples, our rep for this matchup, he said thank you. Normally he says, let's dance. Tonight, He does give the Cecil slice, though. So
that is his patented Cecil slice.
it is, absolutely. Scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds or less. Ryan immediately comes in with a couple shots.
Huge left hook by Ryan right off the bat. And you were saying this earlier, Inman, about how when you hear Ryan throw a strike, you hear it. You feel it.
You feel the impact of the leather. Right now they are clinching up, and a nice shot delivered by Ryan.
And as usual, he's got great counter striking. Being a smaller opponent, that pays dividends for you right there.
And right now, Rosado pins him up against the cage. Wondering what happened.
We're all wondering. I think Cecil's explaining to him about an illegal strike. Oh, what he's trying to signal is spiking an opponent, and I think he was warning his opponent about spiking with his arm in that lockout position. Ryan uses this to switch the tide here. He's now on top.
Yeah, I'm sure Ryan had no problems with that. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, this is cool. Let's restart this.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
ends up on top here in the side-mounted position, and this is not where Matt Rosado wants to be at.
And you can hear De La O, take him out, and that's exactly what Ryan's trying to do.
And you can hear his cornerman working his head, telling Ryan to work his head down there, and he's looking for either a submission, but right now he's using this position to land some good strikes on Matt.
And of course, Ryan representing tonight, got him getting De La O on his trunks. And right now working from the full guard, trying to create some space. Rosado, to his credit, is doing a good job of avoiding the wrath of Ryan.
Yeah, anybody coming out De La's group, you know is going to have a good, solid ground game and a ground base. And Ryan is using this ground game to just stifle Matt Rosado in his guard here.
A little bit of mixture of jiu-jitsu and some ground and pound.
Yeah, and Matt, you know, Matt's doing a good job trying to set up things, but Ryan's having nothing with it. He knows about keeping his arms in tight, how to posture up, and it's really frustrating, and he's landing these little strikes. I mean, I say little, but when you're down there and you get hit with these strikes in your heads against Matt, it's magnified.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see that Rosado's head only bounces like less than an inch.
Yeah, and then you see the legs open up like that, you know it's taking a toll on Matt.
Right now, Matt is trying to set up a guillotine. With 10 seconds remaining, it may not be enough.
Ryan's doing a good job of posturing up and pressuring into him and keeping that pressure so he doesn't get guillotined here in this last final second.
And that will conclude chapter 1. Really good on Ryan's part there. But all these shots that he threw here, Mike, talk us through the replay here.
Yeah, and right here you see Ryan using that, trying to figure out the distance, landing those big shots like we were talking about. And Matt's just trying to figure out what hit him on some of these shots here.
And a couple shots get landed back on Matt there, and Matt was able to deliver a couple shots. But then eventually when it went to the ground, I think that's where Ryan controlled things, and Rosado's kind of like, man, I should have never took this to the ground.
On that early takedown, this is where Cecil was talking about that spiking of the opponent.
Well, here we go into round 2. So far, Matt has done a great job.
Yeah, both fighters doing a great job. You know, I think Matt's a little frustrated with being on his back there with Ryan, having the good defensive jiu-jitsu skills he does there coming out of De La's group.
You know, I love the jump kick by Rosado, but he pays for it because Ryan's
positioning.
like, Ryan's like, you know, you're not going to land that on me. Yeah. Oh, wow.
And Ryan quickly sets up a nice tight armbar and gets a well-deserved tap right there. Great experience. And like you were saying, Inman, he took a big gamble on that jump kick, spinning kick there.
Yeah, there was no dividends in there. It was just an end.
Yeah, right here, as you see what Inman was talking about, he comes in with his jump flying kick, front kick, and Matt just gets taken down to the ground with ease.
And then just sets up that armbar. And Ryan just fighting like a pro tonight. I am really impressed. I wouldn't be surprised to see some really big things from this kid.
Yeah,
absolutely
everything he did was technically perfect, you know, really tight on his submissions. His submission defense when he was on top looked good. His ground and pound, good kid, you know, big things to come from Ryan here.
Note to self, no jump kicks when you're fighting Ryan.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 26 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by tap-out submission due to an armbar, Ryan Scheuring.
When we return, the mixed martial arts action continues here. Future Legends 26, Dylan Bartram getting set backstage there as he gets set to take on his opponent. There he is, JJ Nelson. Lightweight matchup when we return. It's King of the Cage, Future Legends 26.